Welcome back to Breaking News Down. My name is Amanda Bernacco, and we're here to break down the most popular and perhaps the most confusing news topics. Today's stories include the Common Core debate, the rise of the economy, and the death of the world inspiration Nelson Mandela. So Christiana, what exactly is the Common Core? We hear a lot of criticism about it in the news, but let's try and clarify what exactly this program is designed to accomplish.
Well, in simple terms, the Common Core is a program that is designed to give schools in every state across the country the same learning expectations. Currently, the rules for testing in schools are decided by the state. As a result, a child who may be a C student in Indiana may actually be better than an A student in Arizona. The Common Core brings the same exact rules for every state, so every student in the country gets treated the same. The idea behind this is that it'll better prepare all students for college or getting a job in the real world. The program has been debated nationally because teachers and parents feel that there is too much of a focus on testing. They believe that students aren't getting the same learning experience when a teacher is preparing them to take a test, as a teacher just focusing on the students' understanding of the material. Another criticism is that teachers are being graded based on the results of their students' grades, which some feel is unfair to them. However, regardless of the debate, most states are accepting the program because they feel that the results will be successful. For Breaking News Down, I'm Christiana Åteigen. Now let's turn back to Amanda, who has the latest on the rise of the economy.
Thanks, Christiana. America has been in a recession for years. However, recently, officials say the economy has been improving. The unemployment rate in America is currently 7%, which is the lowest it has been in 5 years. Other signs show the economy is doing better is the stock market being at an all-time high, Twitter's IPO creating 3 billionaires, and New York City apartments being listed for up to $125 million. When a country is in a recession, it means there is a noticeable drop in the amount of money being spent by most of the country. So these examples show improvement in the economy because in order for people to be renting these million-dollar apartments or for people to be buying stock, that means people are spending money. However, despite these examples, many Americans report that they have not felt the improvement of the economy in their own lives yet. CNN recently had a poll that said nearly 4 in 10 people actually believe the economy is still getting worse. But why would people believe the economy is getting worse when the numbers show that it's getting better? There's still a long way to go before the recession is completely over. Stocks in the market may be rising, but only half of Americans actually own them. 11 million Americans are still unemployed, and union-led strikes by workers are still on the rise. For Breaking News Down, I'm Amanda Bernacco. Now let's go to Caroline, who's going to remind us how former South African President Nelson Mandela inspired the world both before and after his recent death.
Thanks, Amanda. In the wake of Nelson Mandela's recent death, South Africa and the rest of the world are celebrating his life. Instagram has been overflowing with pictures and quotations from the inspirational man. One Instagram post had a black and white photo of Mandela with the quotation, "As I walked toward my freedom, I knew if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I'd still be in prison." Mandela was sentenced to life in prison after saying that South Africa needed to have a democratic and free society. His speech caused the South African government to consider him a terrorist, even when he was locked up. There was a lot of pressure on South Africa internationally to free Mandela. On Mandela's 70th birthday, there was a concert in London held in his honor that was watched in several countries around the world, but not South Africa. What inspired the world was his positive nature when he was released from prison. He made up for lost times by getting married, surrounding himself with children, and becoming South Africa's first black president. He could have left prison when he was freed in 1990, depressed that the majority of his life he was in prison treated as a terrorist. Instead, he left with a smile, enjoyed the rest of his life, and lived until he was 95 years old. For Breaking News Down, I'm Caroline Ansrud. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter at @news_BND.